50 douchiest things people have done. According to Reddit. Number 50. I used to work in an English teaching center on Hong Kong Island in 2012. Cut a long story short, one of my younger students was a passenger involved in the dreadful Lama Ferry collision that left 39 dead and 92 injured. She was actually on the ferry that sunk with her father, but the pair miraculously survived. Her dad had come in, drop her off to class the week after, and told me the story while showing me the dressings on his leg wounds where he had sustained deep gashes trying to get him and his daughter out. He was a pleasant middle-aged guy with literally no reason to lie. Towards the end of the retelling, he showed me 2 books in that the girl had borrowed from our library that had been in her bag during the accident. They had clearly been heavily water damaged. I naturally took them and told him that was no issue or problem. Later on in the day, I relayed the story to my boss, talking about sheer coincidence and relief that the girl was okay, and simply told him about the water damage books. They weren't particularly expensive, Oxford Reading Tree, so I expected him to naturally accept it. It was a week later when my administrator told me that the girl wouldn't be attending classes anymore. I was a little bit miffed at this, as the last exchange was very positive. I later found out that my cunt of an ex-boss had gotten my administrator to call up the parent, demanding compensation for the damaged books. Naturally, the parent was enraged by this and canceled all further classes, losing what was previously a long-term student. What a dick move. Over some bullshit-ass books. Holy hell. The world in which we live is a pretty pathetic one. Here's hoping everybody's having a decent day, and hopefully the early list is what some people are all about. Bing bong. Give me 1 second here. Okay, excellent. Was just testing something and making sure it was working out. And with that, we should be able to continue. Here's hoping everybody's fine, and that everything works out as we continue this list up to number 49. I work every year at a local theme park for their Halloween event as a scare actor. The theme park decided to start selling hard liquor at the event, which means people are getting hella drunk. So eventually this drunk douche comes up and screams in my face after I tried to scare him and his group. Now this happens quite often, but luckily for me, I was a clown this year, which means quips and comebacks aren't out of character for me. So as he walks, I turn and yell, "The scariest part of that was your face," to which he stopped, turned around and said, "Yeah? Well, I'm an Instagram model, so fuck you." I bet his parents are very proud of him. Oh boy. Well, how about that? How about that? As we continue upwards, number 48. So this was a long time ago, back when I was very young. My dad owns a motocross track, so he knew quite a few people throughout the community that ride motocross. Anyway, we went into a local gas station after a long day's work to get some drinks. Once inside, my dad sees a guy he knows from the track, and they start talking. I'm standing behind my dad, and I'm watching this guy, and he literally reached inside the drink cooler, opened a Mountain Dew, drank about half of it, closed it back up, stuck it back in the cooler, then walks out of the gas station. Now that I'm older, I know his family and they're one of the wealthiest families in our area. Just the way that he did it, like was completely normal, makes my blood boil. Anyway, my dad and I get our drinks and go out to our truck, and I asked my dad about the situation, and he said he didn't see it. About 9 years later, and it still makes me mad. Oh man. So I'm guessing you can hear me now. And thank you all for making it clear to me that you couldn't hear me. So now that you can hear me, we're going to go ahead and continue. I apologize for all of that. As we arrive at number 47, sometimes when we go into the city, there is a little place in Chinatown that does good cheap food. It's in a shitty basement, and the chairs and tables are in the middle, while the outside of the room has small food outlets. You can tell it's good Asian place because there are lots of Asians eating there. Anyway, our favorite outlet is run by this tiny Chinese woman who positively screams your name when your meal is ready. She reminds me of the soup Nazi. You know, Seinfeld. Remember Seinfeld? Is anyone here old enough for Seinfeld? Once when we were there, we see Douchey McDouche bring the rest of his McDouche family in for a meal, and I notice him because he was wearing a bright red jacket with a big Ferrari logo on it. Okay. Well, after working out what everyone wanted, he walks up to the tiny Chinese lady and says something like, "Hi, I'll have the number 7, but without coriander, the number 45 prawn one, but you can add some chili sauce, just a bit, not too much, and the number 22, but larger, like 1.5 times bigger than normal, and a bit of pepper sprinkled on top. Actually, paprika, if you have any. And how hot is the number 49? Because Declan doesn't like it too hot. So maybe if you can like let it cool for a bit. And what about number 17? Does it have too much oil in it? The tiny Chinese lady looked at him as if he had asked for a Big Mac and informed him in no uncertain terms that if he wanted a fancy meal, then he should go to a fancy restaurant, because here you ask for something on the sign, then you get it. And if he wants to hold up everyone else's meal so that her chefs can make special custom dishes for his family, then he should take his business elsewhere. He did. He did, balls. Bing bong. Well, as we travel up, what the hell? As we travel up, we arrive at number 46. I'm sorry. Ugh. My teacher in the 5th grade told us this story about this old student who would take other people's assignments, erase their name, and then write their own. Naturally, this girl in our class got inspired, I guess, so she took mine and 3 other people's assignments, erased our names, and wrote her own. Our teacher didn't believe us when all 3 of us tried to explain we turned in our homework. I always get pissed thinking about it because I still see this girl around. Like, if you're not gonna do your homework, don't try to steal other people's work. What the fuck? Did she get away with that? I'm a little shocked. That's so strange. As we continue upward, number 45, pretending to be handicapped at Disneyland or Disney World to skip lines. That is fucked up. That is fucked up. Number 44. A realtor valued my grandmother's house at $375,000 when she had been paying for it as about $1.2 million. Son of a bitch. House on her taxes, and later it got reevaluated at $720,000. So that dude tried to scam her out of a ton of money for no discernible reason. Scamming people out of money, man. There's always a reason for that. Unfortunately. Forgive me. Let's travel up to number 43. I work in retail, and one time I was the only one covering the front when the phone rang. I already had a few customers in line, but I picked it up like usual and said, "Thanks for calling. Can I put you on hold for a minute?" And this guy on the other end goes, "No, if you put me on hold, I'll hang up and call somewhere else." So I stay on the line, but I couldn't tell him whether we had what he wanted or not because I wasn't allowed to leave the front. So he came in right before closing time and chewed me out. It went something like this: "Hey, why didn't you help me? I'm a customer. I'm important." And I went, "Hey, there were 3 other customers here first. If you would have let me put you on hold, I could have helped you better." Then he comes in the next day and complains to the manager about me. He didn't do anything because this is the only complaint I've ever received. Only time I've ever had a customer make me cry. You cried over this? God, man. Guys, you gotta get a grip. You know what I mean? Get a grip. What the fuck are you crying over some stupid shit like this for? Ugh. Ugh. That really bums me out to know that some people allow people to just manipulate them in such a crazy way. Like, yeah, if you're crying for something, let it be because of the potential for something terrible to happen, not because of this douche. Ugh. Number 42. Back when the classic Nintendo was being sold, we had a rare opportunity to get one as they were selling 2 consoles. Okay. The catch, we had to wait outside of a Target at 4 in the morning. We get there and we end up being the second person in line behind this woman and her husband. She turned around and asked us, "Hey, you also here for the Nintendo?" To which I said, "Yeah, it's so hard to get these things, so I'm pretty much stoked that I get to buy one." She just smiled at me and said, "Well, hopefully everyone gets what they want." About 2 hours later, an employee comes out and tells us, "Okay, you're going one person at a time." So lady and her husband go in first. 5 minutes later, they're carrying the only 2 consoles. She looks at me and just said, "Yeah, we did separate transactions. Maybe next time you'll be lucky." Never got her name, but if she ends up reading this, fuck you and your husband for being such shitty people. Man, that's fucked up. That is fucked up. Oh, man. But, I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, you guys could make a better Nintendo than the one that they're selling and just package it inside of a makeshift Nintendo, guys. God. Ugh. Number 41. Play music as loud as possible. Will go while someone else is on the phone. Somebody says, similarly, people who bring those Bluetooth speakers on the bus. Yeah, what the fuck are you doing, dude? On a bus, like, I would die. I would die if some idiot did that. Wow. Number 40. Open house at my daughter's 2nd grade class. We were looking at her grades and noticed my student got a 0 on a homework assignment. My wife worked with her on the assignment. It was complete, so no reason to not turn it in. The teacher insisted that she never turned it in, swears she saw the blank assignment fall out of her book bag, and thought it wasn't like my daughter to not do an assignment. The teacher was being 100% condescending. And the teacher says that she is willing to let our daughter do the assignment for partial grade. My daughter sits right down and knocks it out. Teacher gave us a stack of graded work, and we leave. I'm looking through the stack of papers and find the assignment. I turn around, storm back to the class showing the teacher. Oh, I must have missed that. Are you fucking kidding? Bring this up to somebody above this bitch. Fuck this stupid slut. Are you kidding? Oh my god. I apologize. My nose is killing me. It's very strange. As we proceed to number 39. A couple weeks ago, when I went to the store with my significant other, he pulled into the parking spot, well, between the lines. Ugh. Guy parked next to him was right on the line. As we're getting out of our car, the guy comes out of the store and says to us, got all that room, even though he's the one on the line. Boyfriend responds, learn how to park next time. And we walk into the store. We come back out and the guy has scraped our car with his door. Oh. Well. Douchey shit, man. Number 38. Most recently, it's the douchebag driving a black Mustang that revs the fuck out of his engine through residential areas. Every morning, every evening, and sometimes at ungodly hours on the weekends, it's audible for blocks. I'm convinced he's a student because this shit only starts around August, September, when the fall semester started, and I live very near to 2 campuses. Interesting. Number 37. I worked in the gun department of a large sporting goods store. Guy comes in and wants to check out a shotgun that we have on sale. I pull one off of the wall where they are locked up and behind the counter, hand him the shotgun, and he looks it over. Says he wants it, so I tell him I'm going to check in the back to see if there is one in the box. There wasn't, so I come out and ask him if he was cool taking the one he had checked out. He immediately gets an attitude and questions me as to why I don't have one in a box in the back. I tell him that they just happen to have all been put out as display, but they are rarely handled and never toyed with. He asks for my manager, who I happily call over. She starts dealing with the guy, who demands that the model for the shotgun be but in a box. I am forced to call around to all of the stores in our area and ask if they have that gun but in a box. None of them do, but I tell the closest store to just put one in the box and place it in the back for the guy. I go back to my manager and the customer and inform them that I have found one in the box and the guy can go pick it up. The guy is not having that. He wants it delivered to this store. My manager ends up calling in the store manager, who wasn't currently at the store, to deal with this fucker. When the store manager gets there and informs the customer we cannot just have them send the gun over because of the firearm laws, the guy proceeds to get the in-store manager face in the in-store manager's face and tell them that he is an ex-cop. Guy left and never got his gun. If we had ended up getting it for him, I would have refused the sale because I wasn't comfortable selling him a firearm, which we are allowed to do. If only it could have gone that way. Somebody says that guy was probably an ex-cop for a reason. How do you get fired from being a cop? You know what I mean? Derp. What the hell? As we travel up to number 36, I worked at a restaurant. We were slammed and a woman kept demanding that I get a little things for her, even though it wasn't my job and I had other things to do. I would get one thing to her and she would look at me like I'm stupid and say, "And this other thing." I'm not your waitress. I had enough and finally just put the stuff on her table as I rushed by before she could make more demands. She told the manager on me. She said I threw silverware at her, rolled my eyes, and stormed off. She did it to get free food, I'm sure of it. The waitress of her table later yelled at me, too, because apparently the server also didn't leave a tip. Or wait. The woman also didn't leave a tip, and that was my fault, which other waitresses overheard and denied was true. Everyone in the situation was terrible. It was one of the numerous times I had a panic attack in the bathroom at this terrible, terrible job. That's so sad. I really hope that you guys don't get put in situations where like unrealistic amounts of pressure are placed on you. And if things don't go well, then people are going to pretend that it's your fault because everybody looking for a scapegoat all the time, you know? Oh boy. It's not your fault, babies. Number 35. A married ex-coworker who had a child would show me all the bitches he talked to on some weird dating apps. He also dumped money into cam girls to the point where he asked me for money for food. He has an $800 truck payment and a second kid on the way. No college education. He'd only say that he talked to the girls on the dating apps, but would never do anything. I mean, I believe that part because he looks like Gru and me. What? Oh, he looks like Gru and Mr. Bean combined? Ugh. This dude wrote me.bean combined. He goes on to say, no one likes you, Billy. Me.bean. Chloe R says, I used to get stressed out by situations like that. Now I'm older. I really just don't care about that. I don't care that much to get panicked. Well, that's good. So we continue, number 34. My best friend totally douchey moment. It was made glorious by the fact that he would never normally do this, and he felt horribly guilty after. He was driving on the highway, and he has medical issues, so he has to pee often. Long, tiring drive, and he had peed a few times in one open cup. The last time recently, some woman kept almost hitting his car. She would cut him off and slow down, and other really dangerous stuff like going nearly 80 miles per hour. He tried ignoring her and kept driving as safely as he could with her. After a while, he gets sick of her shit. He rolled down his window, slammed on his gas, and he threw the open cup into her open window. She backed way off and left him alone. Oh my God. It's almost like we should all have a cup of piss on the ready. Just an open cup of piss. Be ready with that cup of piss, ladies. My babies. Open cup of piss. As we continue, we arrive at number 33. What's a computer? Nigga. Somebody else responds, my husband has an absolute fit every time that commercial comes on. He thinks that it's the douchiest kid ever. When the kid says, what's a computer? My husband shouts at the TV, that fucking thing you're typing on, asshole. Ugh. Oh boy. Well, as we roll up to 32, I was just thinking about this story. I had a party at my parents' house a few years ago, and there was couple A that didn't get along with girl B. Can't remember their argument or what it was about, although I'm sure it was stupid. Anyway, at one point in the party, I saw girl B angrily go into the basement. Now, I fancied girl B, so I followed her because she looked upset. You mean you followed her because she had some big ass titties and some nice curvy booty, and she went into a dark place alone, and you're just gonna go comfort her, and if that don't work, then shut up, bitch. Nobody can hear you down here. I'm kidding. Now, I fancied B, so I followed her because she looked upset. Turns out she went down there to cry because couple A had some pretty awful, or said some pretty awful things. Oh, perfect. What an in. You can just comfort her. It's okay, baby. You know what I mean? Just come here. Let me give you a hug. Yeah. Smelling kind of nice. I'm kidding. Anyways, after consoling B for a while, oh yeah, I bet, I decided it's best to tell couple A to leave. Oh, white knight over here. I walked upstairs and saw them across the room. They had B's sunglasses, and they were both staring at them. Then I watched couple A deliberately break them in half. Then they exchanged a truly childlike evil grin, hid the pieces in a nearby cupboard, and left the party while laughing to each other. To this day, it's one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen a person do. What shitty people. Wow. But speaking of shitty people, it's nice to have reminders that there's the opposite of that. With Jesus in the stream. Thank you, Jesus XXX. That's like the pornographic Jesus, with Z's instead of S's. I appreciate you, man. And that sponsorship is what I'm all about. I'll type it out one time. Thank you, Jesus.
Slap it on some toast.
Indeed. Slap it on some toast. Tonight. My man, Jesus. My man. My man. Really do hope you're all having a great day, though. You know? Well, as we continue to go up the list, we now arrive at number 31. Ew. I just remembered this while reading this thread. A couple of years ago, my friend and I would go dancing on Fridays at a specific bar where a lot of businessmen hung out. The previous Friday, my friend was hitting it off with a guy, we'll call him Guy 1, and his friend, we'll call him Guy 2. Kept hitting on me, but I wasn't into it, although I was being nice enough so it wouldn't be awkward. They invited us back for a beer, and we obliged. I didn't want her to go on solo because she was very drunk and I was not. Damn, frat
Here's
man.
some money. $20 for the and $5 for the mouthwash cause I haven't showered yet.
That got pretty gay towards the end, fat man. Ain't nobody giving you a BJ, your nasty ass. Ain't you talking about you ain't showered. Just trying to put a nasty fucking image in everybody's head. That may be the douchiest thing that he's done today, is accompanying a wonderful donation with a nasty mental image that we're going to be trying to, shower the thought of out of our head. Bull. So thank you, Jesus, for that ongoing contribution. And thank you, Fat Man, for getting us 1/4 of the way to that challenge goal balls. I made it such a crazy amount because I didn't expect us to reach anywhere anytime soon. But here we go. Look at that. 1/4 of the way there already. 1/4 of the way. So as we continue, okay. This chick didn't want the person to be there alone because they were pretty drunk, okay? And I was not. She made out with Guy 1 while I refused all advances from Guy 2. The next Friday we were at the same bar. I was talking to a guy I knew who worked at the bar when Guy 2 comes up to me and whispers in my ear, I graduated from Purdue and make more in a month than this idiot will make in his life. You're making a mistake. I'm still disgusted. Ew, man. I just love that he was so challenged that he had to say that. You've already admitted defeat. Somebody responds, oh my god. Somebody's response is, ooh, look at Mr. Fancy Chicken School graduate. Oh my god. Oh my god. Somebody said, I was so disgusted that I downvoted instinctively. Then I remembered that you didn't do this. Unbelievable. All we can do is continue upwards. Number 30. My brother gave me a framed photo of himself and his wife on their wedding day for Christmas one year because we couldn't find a nice photo of you? What? Heads up, everybody. If for Christmas you guys are thinking about getting me a framed photo of you and your husband or wife, don't fucking do it. You know what I mean? Let it be a framed photo of them titties, maybe. You know what I mean? Oh my god, that's a clefable. It's so big and scary. Clefable's big and scary. Wonder if I should catch it. I'm just gonna look. It's huge though. Okay. I'm not sure I have a clefabe because Clefabe, baby. I'm not sure I have a clefairy because I haven't been diligent enough to evolve one. Why would I be? Who cares? Oh no, Kyle, you've revealed that you have Pokemon up and of course you jumped out, naturally. Guess I'll waste a fucking raspberry on you, you fucking nightmare of a fat pink bitch. Look how far away it is. That curveball should have hit it right in the face, but it hit its right side instead. It jumped out of a curved raspberry. What the fuck? Okay. Look, let's continue. Number 29. A guy hit on me and within 30 seconds mentioned his salary. Thank God my friend was in the bathroom. I was bailed out quickly. Ugh. I feel dirty just, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, dude. To be honest, it's almost like these dudes want to get fucking ripped off. You know what I mean? I bet you a girl would probably jump on this shit just looking to get away with this dude's money. Cause fuck this idiot. You know what I mean? My God, you don't have to out yourself as a cuck immediately. Oh guys, I really do hope you're all having a wonderful day. You deserve no less. You're all wonderful people. On the inside and out. You know I can't get enough of you. So, as we continue up this list, we arrive at number 28. I was in a bar where I am a regular. I am married. Oh my God, Squirtles. I am a regular. I am married. I was talking to a woman I know at the bar who is also married. Her husband was somewhere around the bar at the time. A lounge lizard, the kind of guy who's at this place a lot, came over and introduced himself and managed to, within 30 seconds, work it into the conversation that I'm married and he is not. What? Dude, okay, you know? Okay. Number 27. The assholes that roll up in the apartment complex at 1 a.m. bumping their shitty music and they sit there for 10 minutes blasting it, just sitting there. Why? In God's name, why? Why? Wait, why did Rainy Artwork say thanks, Kyle? Whatever she said thanks to. More, Rainy. More. More. Pimp Daddy says bye. Fat man gotta go. Alright, take it easy, fat man. Love you. Take it easy. I hope your day isn't, trying. I really do wish you the best. I really do wish you a stress-free little end of the day here. As we travel up to 26, I saw a mother try to get her toddler run over by a city bus, presumably for the sweet settlement money. Oh my God. Somebody said this goes way beyond douchey. What the gingerbread fuck? This is scaring me just a little bit. Just a little bit. Whoa, what the hell?
He's halfway there. Oh, a chicken on a pear. Chicken on a PR.
I like the way that she said PR. Chicken on a PR. Seriously though, fat man, thank you. You really have established me halfway on my way to Pringletown. You know what I mean? Holy balls. I really can barely handle it. As we travel up, geez, seriously, thanks, fat man. He's making my Christmas spirit grow, if you know what I'm talking about, guys. In ways that normally only... Let's not go there. Let's not go there. 24. News broke out that a girl from a local high school committed suicide by jumping in front of a train because she was depressed with her relationship. Dude looks at her Instagram, says she's hot, and then says she should have dated me. I wouldn't have left her depressed. Did he leave that as a comment though? Because it's one thing to say it, dude. But did he leave it as I like this guy's response? He's just like, wow. It's like a Matthew McConaughey. Wow. Wow. Holy hell. It's one thing to think that, you know. I'm sure we've all had thoughts that are equally insensitive. Oh man. But if he wrote it as a comment, dude, fuck me. On her Instagram, dude. That's cold. They should lock up the accounts of people who die on social media fairly quickly. Just saying. That's the Kyle way, methinks. So, let's continue up this list. Number 23. This lady parked right outside of the gas station, threw her trash on the ground outside of her car, then went inside and stole 2 bags of Chex Mix. Well, just gets better and better, doesn't it, with this lady? The crazy thing to me is that, you know, you're doing something, you got to know that it's wrong, right? Or maybe she doesn't even consider it wrong because she then went inside to get the Chex Mix. You would expect the order of operations to be, you know, go inside, steal, then dump your shit as you're making your getaway. But instead, it's just disgusting is what it is. It's just disgusting. Fuck me. Let's continue up, man. Number 22. I always think of a grown-ass woman who ripped a foul ball out of the hands of a kid. There's some video of it on the interweb. Cute. Yeah. Yeah, fuck that lady. What a douche. Fuck that lady. What a douche. Let's watch that one more time. That kid got it, and that lady's like, no, thank you.
What was that adult lady doing to that little gal?
She took the ball. Juan Miranda tried to give it to the little gal, and she took it from him.
My God. That bitch just took it. Oh boy. Number 21. That's the world you live in right there. That is the world you live in. What's Stripe saying? She says, fools. Everyone knows Christmas socks are superior. Number 21 here, guys. Nothing too crazy, but I was third in line at a gas station to pay when the customer at the register drops a $5 bill or whatever out of their pocket, and he goes to pay. The douche in front of me puts his foot on the bill, so when the first guy leaves, he can clean up. So when the first guy turns to leave, I say, hey man, you dropped some cash. The look on the second guy's face as he moves his foot to reveal the money was wonderful. The look on his face. I felt like a hero that day. And you were a hero. Not all heroes wear whatever you were wearing in that fucking line at the Bing Bong store. Yeah, fuck. Fuck you fuck. As we continue. Well, actually, somebody responds. Let's read the response. Back when I was delivering pizza, I dropped a wad of cash, well over $100 of the mostly the store's money, and this little old lady chased me back to my car to return it. I would have been fucked if some douche found it first. Lucky for you, it wasn't a douchey old lady, but a nice one. Ooh, you know she was a really great girl when she was younger, you know? Before she was an old lady, she had them tight, nice volleyball girl playing thighs. She had that tight butt and those jiggly, just wonderfully, you know what I mean? If it was a guy, like I bet the grandfather would think back and refer to her body as supple. Oh, what a creepy word. As we roll up to number 20, make her boyfriend who had been drinking drive because she had a headache. Someone responds, happened to a friend of mine. It was a night and she didn't feel like driving back from the concert anymore. Even after agreeing to be his designated driver. And then they got a DUI. Lucky they didn't lose their fucking lives. Jesus Christ. Number 19. This old lady was checking to see if her ball pens would still work. She tried test writing on the shirt of the girl in the line ahead of her. Are you kidding? I would test my fist by just punching her right in the fucking titty. Right in the titty. Fuck you, you dirty bitch. Punch you right in the titty tonight. Punch her right in the titty. That's right. As we continue up to number 18. This really douchey husband of my friend's friend, or my wife's friend, at a dinner order heated cognac? Yeah. After claiming it wasn't warm enough for his refined tastes, loudly so everyone could hear, he swirled it above a candle on the table to heat. Not that douchey, but everything about this screams, I'm a tool, and even this stood out. What a faggot. Number 17, man. Well, probably too late to the thread, but I was having a really rough time with this college semester. Mom got diagnosed with cancer less than a month after having my brother. Dad went to jail. My car broke down, and I was driving 2 hours one way to see my family 2 or 3 times a week. Whatever. The list goes on, but you guys get the point. I had a friend in one of my classes that I've known since middle school, and she was pretty up to date on what was going on and knew why I'd missed class sometimes. I was struggling pretty fucking hard to pass my classes on top of everything, even my bullshit humanities class that was one of those show up for 5 minutes, here's a packet, read the textbook, test is on X day, have a good weekend kind of classes. One day during that class, my friend told me, "You're stressed, dude. Stay home next class and I'll text you if we get the study guide, if he tells us when the exam is, and I'll bring it to you, don't worry." She never texted me. I came to class the following week to an exam I wasn't prepared for at all because I missed a third of the unit and didn't get the study guide. Whatever, maybe she forgot, no sweat. I asked her if I could use her study guide before the class and she said no. I laughed, asked her if she was being serious. When she said she was, I asked her why, and she said it was because I had a higher grade than her, and that wasn't fair because I never showed up for class. I failed the exam and failed out of the class because of it. I dropped out that week. Fuck you, Abby. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. You should never have trusted this bitch. Cause I bet you, what did he say? That he knew her for a long time? I had a friend in my class that I knew from middle school. Bitch, you don't know nobody. Not really. You can't really know nobody, you know what I'm talking about? So my God, he dropped out because of it. That kind of sucks. Don't let it happen to you guys. Let these all be outrageously cautionary tales so that it doesn't happen to you. Don't trust nobody. Live your life and make one of the hugest problems that you have how difficult it is for you to, really test the waters of somebody's sexiness, you know? Because the sexy people, you'll know that they sexy. They'll go above and beyond in your face, and you'll go, wow, why would they even do that? Am I really that significant to them? You'll have to ask your own question. You'll have to ask a question and say to yourself, like, wow, why would they do this with me? Because there's being bored, you know, there's being like horny, and there's being drunk, you know? And if you can assume that this person isn't acting out of boredom, horniness, or drunkenness, or maybe a combination of all of those, then yeah, this is legit. They're sober enough to be telling you some real shit, and maybe you gonna believe it.
I got a higher grade than you now, haha, because you dropped out, bitch.
Number 16. I used to work in an office with a guy who would run and tell the management about every single little thing people did or said. Snitch. Any offhand remark, and he would run squealing to the manager about it. The worst part was he acted like your friend to lull you into a false sense of security. Somebody says, I currently work in an office like this. Telling one certain person something is like telling the entire office. Not even anything interesting either. Mentioning one time that I ripped the arm of my shirt to her, and that day I had multiple people asking about my shirt incident. I don't get why people act like that. Somebody else said, I hate gossipy workplaces. The worst is when I'm going through a bad time, or I might have gotten into some trouble with the boss and people ask if I'm okay. And I know for a fact that they're just fishing for gossip. They don't really care about me.
You don't really care about me.
It's why I give everyone my ear, but very few my voice. Somebody gave it a guild because, oh, give everyone your ear, but not your voice. Oh, I love this phrase. Oh, great phrase to apply to an environment like that. Whoa, I'm such a cuck bitch. Whoa, you should really put that on a bumper sticker. Kill yourselves. Get back on Facebook. Get back. Number 15. I went to a house party, and some dude had all of 2 beers before he tried to fight every guy or fuck every girl. I'm surprised he didn't find one at one of them type of parties. Most of them girls will get down with the Charlie Brown. He yelled at everyone for looking at him, took offense at every word spoken around him. My buddy and I grabbed him and told him to cool his shit. If he calmed the fuck down, I'd get him some food and a ride home. He somewhat agrees. As I stand up, my buddy calls down basement stairs and asks if I needed a beer. I was halfway through the sentence, "Yeah, man, thanks," before he clocked me in the side of the head. He thought we were talking shit about him somehow. I turn around and tap him in the mouth. He falls over and starts screaming that I assaulted him. Someone calls the cops, blah blah. He ended up running out the front door with a busted mouth. Literally an hour later, he's on Facebook blasting everyone on me for bullying him. He got called out pretty fucking quick. The best thing is that this wasn't a 17-year-old at a house party. He's nearly 30. Oh no. The biggest douche I've ever met. Sarah Bishop, why you letting your boyfriend go out and party with these little kids, man? Oh, snap, Kyle, that's cold, dude. You can't roast niggas like that. Ha ha. Oh my God, son. Bing bong. As we roll up to number 14. Not the douchiest, but it's up there. I used to work at a very blue-collar bar quite a few years ago. One night, this guy, probably mid-30s, dressed in a suit and tie, comes in that no one had ever seen before. This bar's typically full of regulars, so the night starts out, for him, normal enough. But he's drinking quite a bit, buying many ladies' drinks and racking up a nice tab. It was karaoke night, so he's up there dancing and singing with random people, and as the night progresses, we witness this guy kissing on a couple of random girls. Mind you, this is not a hookup bar, but whatever, it's happened before. Fast forward about 6 hours later, and the bar is about to close. So we hand this guy his $350 bar tab. He starts acting awkward about it, and then tells us that he doesn't have his wallet on him and he can't pay. We asked him if he can call someone, but he says he can't call home because his wife, ding dong, douche radar increasing, would have known he was out at a bar all night, and he can't tell her how much the bill is. We tell him he has 3 options: call his wife, call a friend, or we'll call the cops. Guy starts going back and forth between being belligerent and not. We finally decide to call the cops and somehow get him to sit down and wait. Nigga, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Having a wife that's gonna be mad at you, that's one thing. You know? I'm guessing you don't have friends, you know? Because if you had friends, you would have just called one and been like, yo, go get my wallet, I guess, or spot me or something. You spot me $350. I don't know how it goes. But I think the bottom line is this. If you don't have friends, or you didn't have friends that were going to be able to bail you out of the situation, why wouldn't you just buckle down and get your wife involved? Because you fearing that more than going to jail? You fear your wife more than jail. That's something, and that's the summary right there. But maybe my God, maybe he was just drunk. After a few minutes, he must have realized he's fucked, so he makes a run for it, but doesn't get that far before attacking the 60-year-old bar manager outside. I run out and pull the guy away, and he starts throwing punches at me. I wrestle him down, and hold him there until the cops come and haul him away. Next day, I'm sitting back at work, and I see this very pregnant lady waddling into the bar, 2 little kids in tow. She says she's there to pay her husband's tab from the night before. She was the sweetest girl, very apologetic, gave a huge tip, but you could see she was just torn apart. It broke my heart. I wanted to tell her more of her husband's actions the night before, but I didn't. She probably already knew he was a douche. This nigga out there kissing all hoes. That was like a confusing moment for me, because it was like, all right, you out at the bar. If you kissing on some bitches, then they probably ready to go further. So, you know, if you don't have a place to go to, take it to some bathroom, because some girls are down with that garbage, especially if they fucking around kissing strangers in a bar. You know what I'm talking about? You know, but you didn't take it further. You just let the night continue, dude. It's because you got shit going on at home. And her ass had 2 kids and she pregnant. My God. Chloe says, I'm topless, Kyle, I love you, and goes on to say, in college, this spoiled foreign girl asked to look over my paper since I'd finished it early and she just wanted to get a general idea. I let her and she copied it word for word and handed it in. Well, I hope you learned a lesson, Chloe. Chloe says before me and said that she lost my original paper, and when I asked why she would steal my hard work, she suddenly didn't speak English that well. Well, there you go. Pastel says, at least put toilet paper on the toilet seat. What? Moving on. Number 13. I was taking my lunch break outside at my old job, and a couple is walking up to the door. Wife with a double stroller, husband looking at his phone. He opens a single door for himself instead of hitting the giant button that would open both doors so his wife and children could easily enter the building. She asks for help. He says nothing, still looking at his phone, and lets the door slam in her face. Definitely not the absolute douchiest thing, but I still get pissed thinking about it. Somebody said he'll miss it when it's gone. She probably already got a nigga lined up for an affair. You know what I mean? Which means that you guys are ruining the life of this fucking, these fucking kids. A double stroller. That's 2 kids. Count them, baby. And you got a man so fucking buried in his phone that he can't help the bitch open the fucking door for not just your stupid ass wife, but your stupid ass kids too. She is already lining up a bitch to be sucking on. I guarantee it. And people are doing it to themselves, man. What pisses me off is, like I said, I don't give a shit about you and your lack of human... you know what I mean? Monogamy isn't for everybody, but it just sucks that y'all got to drag people who are into monogamous relationships into shit with you ever try to tap a Pokemon and it's so fucking close to a Pokestop that it's just like, God damn, you see me out here trying to get this freaking... Oh boy. Pastel says put toilet paper down before banging in the bathroom. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're the expert. You know, I wasn't thinking that far into that analogy. I figure you're going into the bathroom to bang. It should be like a standing up thing, maybe, right? Like a doggy style thing. Let's not get our hands all over everything or our bodies on stuff, but I guess a lot of people like to sit down. That's what they do. The man can sit down, you know. Okay, so number 12, my ex-best friend cheated on her boyfriend of 2 years after she told him he forgave because he's just that good of a guy. You mean a cuck? That's the word you're looking for, is a cuck here. Just go ahead and substitute good of a guy with cuck. There we go. She broke up with him anyways, and then proceeded to lead him on while dating other people. One night after her new guy wasn't answering the phone, she went and picked this ex up. While they were in the car, the new guy calls and she takes her ex back and drops him back where she picked him up. We stopped being friends because of the way she treated him. He was a cuck. And I'm going to say it like this. Yes, women who cuck men are monsters. But some cucks get addicted to being cucked. And at that point, you know, it's not even like you can blame the monsters for being a monster. They're just doing what they do. You should blame these people who should be changing their lives and not setting themselves up to be made vulnerable or taken advantage of by these assholes. Number 11, man. Fill up a water bottle with their piss, throw the open piss bottle over into a huge crowd of people at a concert. It was very hot too. People probably believed it was just water at first. Oh no. Why would you do that? Well, number 10. I have season tickets to basketball for college I went to. There is an elderly couple that have tickets directly in front of me. They're super nice, and they had season tickets for 40 years. At one game, there was an asshat in a purple shirt in front of them who stood up the entire game blocking their view. Standing is only acceptable in the students section. The older guy asked him to sit, and he said no. I asked him to sit, he said no. Then another season ticket holder near us started to chant, "Sit down, purple shirt." Soon the entire section was chanting at him, so he left. Everyone cheered as he left. Yeah, fuck that guy. It should have got violent. Fuck that guy. Are you kidding? If standing is not allowed, then get somebody out there and escort this cunt, you know, the fuck out of here. You see these people behind you? You see these old people? These old people ain't got time for your shit. Look at these old people out here, man. Standing up in front of Meemaw and Peepaw. That's fucked up. They've been through wars, okay? You think you have depression and anxiety? They've been through a Great Depression and the mega anxiety. Look it up. Look it up, guys. Google that shit, guys. If y'all don't know about the mega anxiety, then, you know, you need to just pull a Rainy and take your clothes off. What? Number 9. A customer doing whatever he could to bring a poor cashier down to tears, and then had the nerve to smirk because he made a cashier cry. That dick. Fucking why? Somebody asks. Response is because they know retail people won't fight back, so they're easy targets. They know the moment they do, their job is either on the line or gone. It's true. It's true. People who want to start shit, they go into a store place because they're trying to get people, you know, consequenced for actually having the nerves to say something back to your bitch ass. Why y'all picking fights with people in a you know what I mean, with your broke ass? Is it because you ain't got the money to pay, y'all bitch? Ain't got the money to pay. Rainy says, I don't know how doggy style would work in a bathroom. You just, what? You both go into the stall. And do I need to draw a diagram? You both go into the stall. She faces the toilet. You know what I mean? Maybe she parts her legs a bit. And then the guy's behind, right? You could fit 2 people that are standing, you know, close to one another in a stall. Have you ever been in a bathroom? What the fuck do you mean you don't know how doggy style will work? She doesn't need to be completely lowered the fuck over. She can kind of just be at a right angle, you know? Oh my god. Anyway, I don't even know. This bitch never been in a bathroom. That's what's up. That is what's up. Pastel says, well, it's pretty big, so I think it's possible. Yeah, plus y'all could go in the handicap toilet. You don't want to do that, though. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be in a situation where you're using the handicap big bathroom and somebody comes in. That would be the most. I mean, to be honest, I think if you're the type of person that's going to be banging in the public bathroom, maybe you don't give a damn. Maybe you don't struggle with anxiety the way that these typical fucks struggle, you know, and somebody comes in and they're like, knock, knock, knock. I have to use that bathroom. I'm in a wheelchair. And you're all like, oh, no. Nah, man, y'all going to be all like,
Yeah, yeah, get it all in there. I got herpes, by the way. I got herpes, by the way. Herpes, herpes, herpes.
Sunday, Monday, herpes. Tuesday, Wednesday, herpes. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Number 8. So I was at a visitation / viewing. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Let's pretend that part didn't happen. I'm so sorry. So I was at a visitation / viewing for a death in the family. My uncle had just passed. My cousin was about 6 months pregnant at the time, and she was walking over to the chair beside her father's casket. Her shitty boyfriend noticed and quickly walked over. Just as she was about to sit down and took the chair, he pretended like he didn't even notice she was there. So my poor cousin had to squat on the floor beside him. Upset because she had just lost her father. Guy didn't even bat an eye. He locked eyes with me when he stole her spot, and I just shook my head. Didn't faze him. Luckily, they are no longer together. What a guy. What a guy. What a guy. Oh my God. Bitches, ladies listening to this right now, please remember, you know what I mean? Because I get a lot of comments from women on some of my videos, and it's because they live in a world where they think that just because they wouldn't do it, that many women out there wouldn't do it. Bitch, you're not a fucking statistic here. You're nothing. You're nothing. You're not a drop. You are not a drop in the ocean of bitches out there. And just because you're not the type that would ever accuse a guy of rape when he didn't do anything doesn't mean that girls don't do that, okay? Just because you're not a guy that would definitely go for an asshole for a dude, there are women who are all about that shit. There are girls that are all about being degraded. There are girls that just want to literally exist as an object. And you're like fighting all this, oh, I need equality and bullshit fight. That's cool. That's fine, right? But women benefit from the fact that the tables are not fucking like even anywhere close to one another. It's not equal. You know what I mean? And these hoes know this shit. But the comedy is, I'm telling you, this has literally come out of this couple's fucking mouth probably. The guy goes, hey babe, remember that time when I took your fucking seat next to your dad's casket? And she was like, God, I love you. You know what I'm talking about? Just because you ain't down with it, don't mean that's what's up. That's freaking nuts. That's freaking nuts. And I'm impressed, okay? So let's continue here. Wow. It can't get douchier than this, dude. He locked eyes with somebody, though. He locked eyes. Lock eyes from across the room. Oh my God. Number 7. I remember a thread in I Am Very Smart that showed a Facebook picture. In the picture, a woman was trying to connect to her smart son by reading books on advanced physics. She updated a status saying that she was starting to understand quantum, space, neutrons, etc. Her son replied to the post by simply saying that the things you read are just the most basic concepts of physics. I don't even care to talk about it. If you want to learn, try harder. To which the poor mother just replied, okay, dear, I'll learn more. I'm a foreigner who rarely applied the word douchebag in real life, but that post just got me saying, what a douche. What a douche. Somebody responds, she sounds like a sweet lady to try and get into something as dire as advanced physics in her free time just to connect a bit more with her douchebag son. Yeah, he does not deserve her. Physics. Quantum physics. I want that McDouble with no pickles, bitch. Chop, chop. But my quantum physics. Number 6. Saw this one guy run a red light and almost hit the old man on the crosswalk. He stops his car to yell at the old man for getting in his way. The old man gave him the finger. This guy gets out of his car and starts squaring up. It is 5 p.m. on a busy road and his car is blocking 2 lanes. After 15 seconds of yelling at this old guy, he decides it was enough and gets back to his car and peels out. Well, number 5. In high school, my best friend and I won tickets to a sneak preview of Superbad. The theater was a super packed, and some promo guy came out with a cardboard box of swag, handed some stuff out, and set it down and walked away. This lady from the front row grabbed the whole box and sat down with it in her lap while the whole theater booed her and she left. Well, I guess she was super bad. Somebody else says, I wonder what it takes for a person to think that that's an alright thing to do. Someone else responds, apparently, the same thing that makes someone demand 8 free funnel cakes. 8 free funnel cakes? Why do I feel like this is something that's above as we continue to read this list? Well, let's continue. Number 4. We visited families overseas, including my dad, who I hadn't seen in a decade. My dad went all out and got us a cabin on a nearby native reserve, or nature reserve. That's a little bit different. He saved a long-ass time and spent a lot of money to take us to different areas in said reserve to see the wildlife and enjoy scenery. His birthday was that week. At the party, his wife made a point that she was upset that she couldn't get him an expensive ring that she liked because you kids came down and cost us so much. He doesn't even like rings. He wanted to make memories with his children. Fuck them, right? Fuck me, right? Okay. Oh, that's it. Good. I'm over it. Number 3. Wife and I had a couple over for dinner. I cooked a fairly complex meal, drinks, beer, dessert. Right as they walked in, they said they only had an hour because they had another dinner thing to get to after this one. Dude, you should have just told them to fucking go. You should have just been like, oh, crazy, because I actually have to go meet my parents. We should just do this another time. I would literally not even want them to have a seat after saying some shit like that. Someone says should have canceled. I can't stand people who, nah, man, y'all got grown ass friends and they acting like this. And wow. No wonder. I don't want people. I don't want friends. I don't want people. I don't like people. People acting like that and thinking that it's okay. It just shows you that shit's wrong with them. A lot of people have things wrong with them, but at least they have like an idea that shit's wrong with them. You know what I mean? When they don't fucking know, they're the problem. When you got to explain something to somebody a whole bunch of times and they don't even know that the fact that you have to explain this to them a whole bunch of times is a problem, like, just get away. Just get to run away. There's so many other people. There's so many other people you could be dealing with instead. Well, number 2. Okay. I was at my local bookstore on Black Friday, and they had a bunch of books autographed by different authors. I really wanted a signed copy of Bruce Dickinson's new autobiography, so I was the very first person in line. The woman behind me wanted a signed copy of Neil Gaiman's new book. She had driven over 3 hours to get one of these books, so as soon as the doors open, I run over to get my book, but right on my heels, is a little old man who runs over to the Neil Gaiman books and grabs all 10 of them. The woman who came all this way was clearly upset, so I went over to the guy and half jokingly said, "You know those are all copies of the same book." He scoffs at me and says, "Stupid kid, you have no idea how much these sell for on eBay." I just got more irritated and said, "I know what these are worth. This is my nicer way of saying you are being a greedy dick." He just looked shocked anyone called him out. An employee came over and informed him that if it was only one signed book per customer, he eventually stomps off with one copy of the book, and the woman got her copy. I was interested in getting another signed book by a different author and asked if I could get multiple copies as long as they were different books. He just laughs and says, "Oh, there wasn't actually a limit. He was just being a giant asshole and I didn't want him to get all of those books." And this employee was a hero. You understand me? And this is what a hero tastes like. You know, put a flag behind that guy and play some Superman music, okay? Somebody said, good on that employee for recognizing the situation. This kind of thing happens all the time when things get released in limited number. Yeah. And people know, and people don't give a fuck, because as long as all of it gets sold, then they don't care. Is the worst part. Then they don't care. Oh boy. So guys, here we are at number 1, and before we go ahead and round that out, I'd like to thank all of you for being here, as usual. I'd like to thank my spicy and electric patrons for doing what they do yet another month. You guys are sweet to me in a way that I can't even let you know how much I appreciate. I'll always be here for you, and whenever you guys want something specific, just make that request, and you know it'll come to you. This also goes on to my sponsors. Whatever you want, you got it. The crazy thing is, some of my sponsors are actually my patrons as well. That's pretty dank. And I love you all because you're going above and beyond. And maybe you're also anticipating YouTube going under, man. YouTube's kind of scary, kind of crazy. You know, Jesus Christ. Special thanks to Fat Man with his $50 donation, bringing us halfway to the damn goal. Ridiculous. I love you all, and let's finish this list. I worked at a festival next to a funnel cake booth. A nice dude drops a 50 for the next 10 people in line to each get a free funnel cake. 2 people take their free cakes gratefully, but the third is a middle-aged bitch with a sour face. She wants all of the remaining 8 funnel cakes for herself. The dude in the booth told her no, and wouldn't even give her 1 if she bought it. But for real, the fact that she even tried is douchey as fuck. Somebody said, way to go, dude in the booth. He was a protagonist. There it is. That's your word that you can use. Protagonist. There you go. I know you're going to use that soon. Protagonist. There you go. Just for you. Just for you. For real, though. We could never have envisioned a story like this. So, guys, I have 2 eggs hatching in Pokemon Go. Do you care? Of course you don't. But let's just see what they might be. Let's just see what they might be. A Spinarak. Awesome. Tell me these aren't going to be old Pokemon, because the new ones came out, so I figured that my eggs might yield new ones. Oh no. It's probably going to be when I got the eggs. Yep, it's a Machop, which ain't bad. But whatever. They're old Pokemon. Son of a bitch. Oh shit, I got like no Machop candy. I didn't know it was like that. Take a picture of that motherfucker. We'll calculate the IVs later. Oh, ladies and gents, I love you dearly. Oh, I love you. Oh, don't you know I love you. Oh, Faith and Bagora. You're so stupid. Man, I feel kind of weird today. I feel kind of different. What the hell? Oh my god. Can you imagine being on a plane and some shit like this happens and you're like, wait, is that okay? Woo boy. Oh my god. Yo, scary. Scary. Oh my god. That's some Twilight Zone shit right there. Oh boy. Who is Zur and what is the Prometheus lens? Oh, Zur in Destiny. Niggas still play that game. Interesting. What is the Prometheus lens? I bet it sucks. So, do we... It's a game-breaking gun? So I need to get it then. I really have to download Destiny 2 again? Ay. Well, I guess I'll download Destiny just so I have it, but they're probably just gonna patch the game so that it doesn't do damage. That's how they do. What is this? Alita Battle Angel? Wait, I can't just show some other bullshit in my damn video. That's how I get struck. But there's some kind of CGI movie coming out, and it's by 20th Century Fox. Why does she feel modeled after somebody? Seems like her features are more exaggerated versions of somebody. But who? Who that black dude in the car? That's what I want to know. Wait a minute. I know that bitch, but I don't remember where I know her from. Whatever. Who this dude in the car though? Yeah, look at this dude. That's how I want to look. They try to make him like the new Morpheus. Okay. He got so many fingers when he crosses his hands and make you want to count them to make sure that there's not too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The gang's all here. Normal number of fingers. That ain't Wesley Snipes. Is it? Let's see who's in this damn movie, all right? Alita Battle Angel. Oh, it's by James Cameron. Oh, doesn't he have a billion fucking Avatar movies to make or something? You're killing me. Where's the IMDb for this page? I just want to see who's in it. You see what I'm talking about? We got Jennifer Connelly. That's who that bitch is. Don't care. Where's the black guy? I want that black dude. Wait, so it's some black dude I never heard of. Name Mahershala Ali. Yeah. That's Cottonmouth. That's Cottonmouth from Luke Cage. And he was also in that other movie that they remember when they did that award show and they were like, oh, your bullshit white people movie where they sing and show tunes wins. But in reality, it wasn't that movie. It was the movie that he was in. This dude rocks. This dude rocks. So this guy is him. Huh. That's pretty cool, nah. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Man, I can't. What's the name of that movie that he was in? Where Moonlight. It was called Moonlight, and Moonlight won some big award. But then they were like, "Oh, it goes to La La Land," but it really wasn't La La Land. It was fucking Moonlight, and that's bullshit. That's like shaky ground. Of course, y'all didn't want to announce the black people movie won. Rude. Give them their damn moment. And a lot of people believe, of course, it was staged just so people would talk about this stupid ass show that other people normally don't give a damn about. I'm dead serious. Next year, when a lot of these corny ass award shows happen, I'll be surprised if 17 people was watching this shit, because y'all running out of old people, nigga. With every year, y'all are running out of old people to watch your crap because they've been watching it for years. Half of us wake up and we realize, nigga, we ain't got no reason to watch that stupid ass shit. The fuck? Why would we want to do it? This is the tale. I'm sorry. Here are some important Pokemon, in case you guys are curious. So go ahead and start looking for the bottom tiers of these. Your Trico, your Torchics, your Ralts, your Slackoffs, your Makuhitas, your Errands, your Phoebus, your Spheals, Relicanths, Bagon, and Beldum. I don't care if I said them wrong. I don't give a shit about no third generation. I'm first generation Pokemon boy. Ooh, ooh. So this has been your friendly reminder to all 6 people who are probably still playing Pokemon Go. Yeah, man. How you like me now? So guys, I'm gonna go get something to eat, probably jump onto some game, but I also need to be downloading fucking Destiny now. How lame is that? God. You know what I damn need? I need a hard drive for my PS4. That's what I need. I need a hard drive for PS4. Like a terabyte hard drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118 Get out of my face. And then I'm gonna say Amazon. Well, what if I get a 2 terabyte one then? What if I do that? I think I want a 2 terabyte one. Come on. You're killing. Get this the fuck over there. So what if I do 2 terabyte hard drive? Now that's what we're talking about right there. One says Amazon's choice and it's cheaper. If they're both 2 terabyte, lick my balls. Okay. Whichever makes sense. 2 terabytes, say the notebook. It's applicable with the. It don't need to look pretty, especially if I'm sliding that motherfucker on the inside. Good. We have a thing for the wish list, an actual thing that nobody needs to buy. This is for me later. Don't worry about that. Love you all. You guys will catch me soon. I'm wondering if I should jump on with that Hat in Time stream for real. So here's hoping everybody's having a phantasmic day. Yeah, 000 says you didn't know him already. I know him already because I loved his Cottonmouth in Luke Cage. I really did. I really loved his Cottonmouth. And yeah. Daughter flies home to spend Oh, that's so gay. That's so cute. Staged. Get out of here. What if she had glass in that bag? Instant justice served to bike thief? My man. Cat pranks. That's the new internet, baby. Cat pranks. There's a subreddit called Cat Pranks. Oh no. Cat pranks. Oh my god. Look. I'll catch you guys later. Love you. Hope you enjoyed this okay. See you guys later. What the fuck?